Hello and welcome to the latest in our Enlit Asia's Expert Insight series. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Osamu Ono, who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Office of Mitsubishi Power Asia Pacific. If you weren't aware already, Mitsubishi will be taking part in our upcoming Plus series entitled Sustainable Generation and Storage on July 29th. There are still spots available, so please make sure to register. Now to Ono-san. Hello, Ono-san, how are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm so fine, and I'm very glad and also exciting to be here. So it's quite a great opportunity and also the very precious time to share our thought, vision, as well as our activity in this APAC region. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So speaking of your organization, can you introduce Mitsubishi Power Asia Pacific, describe your role, Ono-san, within the company, as well as your vision on what you would like to achieve moving forward?
Okay. So we are the group of the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, originally the Japanese company. So we are very close relation for this Asia Pacific region, and we have started our contribution and also our activity for this region since 1960. So we have installed our equipment and our services since 1960, and we have supplied more than 100 gas turbines and almost 200 steam turbines and 150 boiler, steam generator. So we have the very long and close relationship, all the major utility of each countries, as well as the major party of the IPP player. So it's our greatly proud and also too much thanks all those the customers and stakeholders and partners in this region. So now we started this activity establishing our headquarters in Singapore from 2006. Now we have the 16 entities in this region. So that means the branches, correspondence office, and also the local companies in like Thailand or Indonesia. We have the independent the subsidiary in those countries. And we have more than 2,000 employees in this region. We have some factory and also the engineering company in this region. And we are providing the equipment and the services locally. And also we have the cross tie with the Japan side, also some services still providing from the Japan side. So it's great our honor and also the great thanks for all the customers in this region. So we have more than 50 years co-working, such very big utility and also the big contribution to expand suitable and also reliable energy supply in this region.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So you did share a little bit about sustainability. What issues will ASEAN need to address to ensure the successful energy transition or lower the zero carbon future and meet the Paris Agreement? And how do you foresee the region overcoming them?
Oh yes, we are very understanding that's the Paris Agreement, and recently this 2 years, especially these 2 years, 2020 and this year 2021. So almost country make a very sharp plan to move to that decarbonization. So, but still they are rely on the fossil fuel like a coal and also the oil and also the gas. And we understand that there's a very diverse energy development plan for each countries. But the mainstream of this decarbonization, so they are the very clear target to proceed as soon as possible. So I think there are the three key solutions. One is to introduce clean energy like hydrogen and biomass, and also the ammonia. So we are also developing these kind of the new fuel, and also the decarbonize existing power plant. So as I say, some countries still rely on especially for the coal power plant, because that is quite affordable and also the stable energy source. But also for the existing power plant to be decarbonized. So, and the third point is we can introduce more low and zero carbon technologies, like the carbon capture and also the energy storage. So those solutions to be adapt the energy transition.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. So you had kind of mentioned coal already, but so because ASEAN may not have the ability to completely stop the use of coal in the energy mix, what are the best ways reducing emissions in existing coal infrastructure?
We can apply the co-firing of the biomass or ammonia. We are now proceeding with some of the feasibility study for the Indonesia. So we can adapt this kind of the co-firing of the biomass or ammonia. That's depend on each country's the energy strategy. And also the other options, we can apply also the CCUS, carbon capture. So the existing power plant, they have still the CO2 emission, but carbon capture can squeeze all those emissions. And also we can apply the digital solutions for existing power plant, existing coal power plant, which can contribute to increase availability and also the reliability, and also to prevent the unscheduled shutdown. So those will create the further trouble for the energy supply in this region. So we can continuously work this kind of activity depend on the needs of each customers to apply the diverse demand and the steps for this energy transition.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you for answering that. So continuing on the topic of coal, what are the advantages of switching from coal to natural gas for Asian utilities or power companies, do you think?
Yeah, coal to natural gas, it's the most easiest and feasible way. So that we recommended some of the customers who has the slightly old coal power station. That's efficiency is something lower than compared to the latest gas turbine combined cycle. So we can recommend to replace the old coal-fired power station to the latest gas turbine combined cycle. So we can provide the latest JAC machine. It can achieve around the 64% efficiency in case of the replacement of the two gas turbine combined cycle from the coal fired. So CO2 emission can be reduced around 65%. That is quite the drastically reduce of the CO2 emission.
So moving on from coal and gas, with the introduction of cleaner alternative fuels such as biomass, ammonia, and hydrogen, how will you use these alternatives to support cleaner power and generation?
Oh yes, that's the to change of that's a fuel, not only for natural gas, especially for the hydrogen. So now the hydrogen is very focused now because of that is basically the CO2 emission zero. But that depends on the process of the producing. But to adapting that's a hydrogen and also the biomass and also the ammonia, it's quite the good solution to proceeding this decarbonization. So we are supplying our gas turbine. Those gas turbines are I would like to say, so hydrogen ready machine. So at present, our machine can fire hydrogen, co-firing around 30%. And we are targeting to the 100% hydrogen firing within the 5 or 7 years. So we have the participating several projects worldwide. And as for the ammonia, so also we are developing the 100% ammonia firing the gas turbine. So we will achieve the first commercialized gas turbine, 100% ammonia firing gas turbine. So by 2025. So the biomass is also the carbon neutral fuel. So we have also achieved 100% biomass firing power plant in Europe, like UK, Denmark, and also in Canada. We have constructed 100% biomass firing power plant.
Mhm.
And also in Japan, we have constructed Soma Energy Park, where that power station can co-firing the 34% of the biomass. That means they can reduce 30% of the CO2 emission. So yeah, in this ASEAN region, also they are very keen to adapting biomass as well as ammonia. For example, in Indonesia, we have started the co-working with the Institute Technology of the Bandung in Indonesia to proceed feasibility study. So co-firing biomass and also the ammonia. So that's including also the market feasibility. So we can also the cross relation with the government to exchange all that idea. How we can adapt easily and feasibly so in that market.
Very interesting. Thank you. So with regards to energy storage and it being required to support renewables, from your perspective, what opportunities do you see in ASEAN power sector with regards to renewables and energy storage?
Yeah, energy storage is also very important. So everybody now knows renewable has some weak point or to the issues to be overcome because of the sometimes it creates the intermittency of that's the supply of the electricity. But also the almost country clearly announced, declared their energy policy to introducing of the that's a renewable. For example, for Philippines, they announced the 35% of the renewable by 2030. And in Indonesia, so they said 23% by 2025. And also the Malaysia, they said 31% the renewables by 2025. So such the adapting of the renewable energy, so that's the stability of the grid and power supply is definitely required. So the energy storage is quite effective and also the most feasible solution to avoid such an intermittency. So the energy storage means not only the battery. So we participate very unique and epoch-making project in the States. So it's called the Intermountain Project. So through that project, so they produce the green hydrogen and also the utilizing the renewable energy power. They compress that air. So those the green hydrogen and also the compressed air can be stored in the salt cavern in that Utah, USA. So such the green hydrogen can be burned our gas turbine. Let me add one another point. Not only the energy storage, but also the to recovery such a intermittency of the grid, adapting by the renewables. Also, we have the air derivative, the gas turbine. Those can provide immediately the quick start and the quick supply of the gas turbine. But the capacity is slightly small compared to the large size of the gas turbine. But those small size can contribute also to recovery to avoid such a intermittency and also the fluctuation of those grid. So those the solution relating to the energy storage.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So what are some of the clean energy trends you're seeing in Asia and internationally as well? And how has your business been addressing them?
So yeah, clean energy trend is also the almost countries. So they announced and they declare something exit of the coal. So Indonesia, they will exit the coal by 2056. And also the Malaysia, they said almost 7 gigawatt coal to be retired. And the Philippines, So they have the moratorium on new coal-fired power plant. That means they will suspend to build up new coal-fired power plant. And also the Vietnam clearly said they introduced the more renewable, around 45 gigawatt. And Singapore, this is most the advanced country, I would like to say. So their energy is almost from the now natural gas. So, but also they are trying to develop solar around 2 gigawatt by 2030. And Thailand, so they had rely on some coal, but now the mainstream of Thailand, the energy supplies are from natural gas. So we have supplied the many gas turbines for Thailand for the biggest utility like EGAT as well as the IPP player in Thailand. And recently we provide our latest gas turbine JC. That's almost 10 units, and those the latest gas turbine will start the commissioning. So one unit already commercial operation, and accordingly, other 9 units will follow. That's the first unit. So yeah, we are understand clearly that the energy trend, and we have a good partnership with the EGAT, Thailand utility. So because we have the very long relationship with the EGAT, so that's why we established our joint venture. That's a joint venture, take care of all the maintenance and operation of the existing power plant, especially for the gas turbine combined cycle. So we are the co-working such a long time, and also that we transfer all the to share our knowledge and also our experience, and to make the capacity building of the local talent. So such partnership is now very, very important, especially in this Asia Pacific region. So we have the very long relationship with the several utilities like PLN in Indonesia and the EVM in Vietnam, and also the TNB in Malaysia. So we are co-working over such kind of the operation and maintenance activity, as well as the to improve, that's the talent and the human resource improvement.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing more on these partnerships. Can you share more on how Mitsubishi Power is shaping a vision of the future to successfully help countries achieve their goals within the Asian energy transition?
Yeah, as I explained, we have the several solutions and also the technology to accelerate, to support this the decarbonization. And we have the vision. We should be the solution provider for this region. So based on the such the long relationship with the customers and the stakeholders, and also the deep knowledge of the diverse in this region. So, but we also understand this area had the raising the economic, that means raising demand of the power. So we have to contribute for both, the to support that's the stable and reliable energy supply, as well as a decarbonization. So as I pointed out, that's a relationship or the co-working with the partners or the stakeholders or the government. That's very, very important, because so each activity cannot forward the especially for renewable supply, because still the renewable energy is slightly expensive compared to the existing power supply. So that means the energy supply scheme or the energy supply, the social support will be required. So, or some the market, renewable market, like a carbon tax or the carbon price, it's also required to accelerate, to proceed this carbon decarbonization in this region. So that's why also we closely co-work some of the government sectors, and also our customers, utilities, IPP players, and also the stakeholders to frame up this kind of the market. So we are not only the equipment supplier, the service supplier, but also we would like to co-work such the society, community, to establish the sustainable energy, sustainable society. So I'd like to make a more clear path toward that decarbonization in this region. So our team is dedicated to offering world-class power generation solution for the region's energy transition. And we humbly see our role as a key contributor and solution provider to decarbonization and wider energy transition. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to contribute this transition.
Thank you so very much, Ono-san. Very much appreciate your time, and this was very interesting, so thank you. Thank you also to our Enlit community for watching. We hope you enjoyed Ono-san's insights given today, and to learn more about Mitsubishi, be sure to register for the upcoming Plus series on July 29th, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.